the robber baron oligarchs, their goal is to cut the money off for all the regular people. So get rid of the social safety net for regular Americans. And then what do I say? They want to loot the treasury. I didn't know it was so literal. That is literally what's happening here, which is why Elon Musk and Doge are demanding direct access to the treasury funds.
So this may be the scariest story since Trump 2.0 started. This is Elon Musk literally trying to get into the treasury computers to access payment systems. And this is something that potentially could affect everybody. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, gay or straight, red state, blue state. Unless you have the money that you're never going to need Social Security, this could affect you. So I want to take a look at this. Was Kyle Kulinski talking about this? He goes over this in depth. I'm going to share my thoughts on this as well. This is a really important story that I believe the 24-hour network should be covering this 24 hours a day. Let's get into this together.
So he says, listen to this. The highest ranking treasury official is expected to depart soon after a clash with Elon Musk allies over their demands for access to a sensitive internal government payment system. Musk allies wanted access to the system responsible for disbursing trillions in Fed payments annually as part of Doge. Treasury career staff saw the request as highly unusual. David A. LeBrick, viewed internally as consummate non-political civil servant, expected to exit after joining Treasury in 1989. Last week, he was acting Treasury Secretary. So in other words, to put this in layman's terms here, this is Elon Musk and all of his allies demanding from the Treasury, you guys need to give us access to the internal government payment system. And of course, what they're going to do with that is make cuts wherever they want to make cuts. Cut off the money however and wherever they want to cut it off. Does this sound familiar? Doesn't this sound like the other day when they did the federal freeze and you had absolute chaos and Medicaid was frozen, so 72 million Americans lost their health care, low-income people, people with disabilities, Meals on Wheels got cut, WIC, which is nutrition formula for babies, that got cut. You had school breakfast and lunch money got cut. You had domestic violence shelters got cut. And so all that money was frozen. It led to absolute chaos. It led to a colossal backlash. They had to reverse on some of it because, I mean, it was completely and utterly untenable what they were doing. Even Republican politicians were getting calls from, furious constituents like, what the f*** is going on here? This is crazy. And now, remember how I tell you guys all the time that the robber baron oligarchs, their goal is to cut the money off for all the regular people. So get rid of the social safety net for regular Americans. And then what do I say? They want to loot the treasury. I didn't know it was so literal. That is literally what's happening here, which is why Elon Musk and Doge are demanding direct access to the treasury funds and to the payment system. This has gone so far beyond the pale, y'all. So far beyond.
I want to stop here for just a moment. I agree with what Kyle is saying. He's right. My first thought with this was I wasn't thinking immediately about cuts. I was thinking they want to get a hold of this so they can use something like PayPal to process people's payments. I wouldn't be surprised if they come out and say, the computers are old, archaic, this is an outdated system. We need this to go through something like PayPal or whatever. I don't know that Elon is associated with PayPal anymore, but something like PayPal, so that they can say, oh, this is how you're going to be paid your Social Security from now on. And of course, to make sure that your payment is safe, there will be a 2% processing fee. So then whichever oligarch it is gets 2% of the trillions and trillions of dollars that are being sent through and processed. To me, that's probably the plan, and that might be a best case scenario. They could probably make cuts as well. And of course, the other scenario is they just steal all the money. They just get access to it and they just funnel a bunch of it to themselves, and they just say, oh, we don't know what happened to that money. And, we can't have an audit on that because we fired all the government employees who do that.
On the pale. I mean, we're at the point now where, Jesus Christ, the Democrats aren't putting up nearly a good enough fight as they need to. And we're relying on the courts, which many of the courts are right-leaning. You're relying on them to do the right thing by the letter of the law and the spirit of the law, and basically say, like, hey, dog, Doge is not even an official government agency. You have no right and no authority to do this. And then the other question is, hey, Trump, You going to let this guy continue to humiliate you? You going to let Elon Musk continue to humiliate you over and over? My guess is he was behind the freeze earlier in the week, and that all the backlash, who was getting the backlash? Trump was the one who was getting the backlash. Now, it's possible he's the one who's steering the ship, but that amount of chaos in that short of a time, when it comes to dollars and cents, this is what Elon Musk has a track record of doing. This is what he did with Twitter when he went in there. It's slash and burn, fire everything in sight, and then we'll worry about the specifics later. This is what he does. And they, the offer to do a government buyout of federal workers at the same time that, like, we need to hire 3,000 more, flight safety people, air traffic controllers. We need to hire 3,000 more, and they're offering to basically cut the number of those people that we have. I mean, this is crazy, right? But this is all tactics straight out of Elon Musk's playbook. And so now, again, he's behind effectively trying to loot the treasury and illegally get the information to the payment system. And my question for Trump is, are you just going to sit there and take this? Because this guy is effectively, first of all, his approval rating is now 36%. Elon Musk is about as popular as Joe Biden now. And of course, Trump's approval rating is absolutely going to plummet given the actions he's been taking recently. So I'm waiting for that breakup, y'all. I'm waiting for Elon and Trump to break up. I hope it happens sooner rather than later. But again, my fear is Donald Trump has Joe Rogan syndrome when it comes to Elon, which is like, you know how Rogan is. Oh, my puny little peanut brain can't compare to such an amazing man as Elon Musk. Like, he falls for all the PR and all the marketing and all the bullshit and all the fluff. Elon wants everybody to think he's God's gift to this earth. Meanwhile, he's a fucking idiot loser who acts like a teenager on a 4chan message board, right? All the engineers do the hard work and he jumps in front of the parade and takes the credit. But I think Trump might, this guy's a mega genius. Well, if you believe that and you keep letting him run wild, man, you're going to get what's coming to you. That's for damn sure. This is a nightmare for the country, man. If you have Elon Musk and Doge with access to internal government payment systems from the treasury, I mean, you're literally going to let them loot the treasury. It's not even going to be like a metaphorical point. It's going to be a literal point. So, man, yet again, another day, 5-alarm fire. Me and Crystal were just talking about this before. Like, I get off air after doing a show, and within 2 or 3 hours, it's like, oh, shit, I got 4 more things I need to talk about now.
And I don't think this is hyperbole from Kyle. I'm not an alarmist. I, think some of this, we just need to see what happens. But, we've seen crazy things over the last few days. And like I said at the beginning of the video, you can, the people that are upset about immigrants or whatever, and that's the reason why they voted for Trump, none of that is going to matter if they're able to take your Social Security away. And millions and millions and millions of people either rely on that now or they're going to rely on that at some point, or at least have it supplement their income because they don't have enough savings to live from retirement until they're 90 or 100 years old. So again, Democrats, they should be on the floor of Congress screaming about this. I mean, the Democrats don't have a lot of power, but we can see that even this administration can be affected by pushback from the people. If the people are calling their members of Congress, they're calling their governors or attorney generals or whoever. They announced the spending freeze, and then in a couple of days they reversed it because even Republican politicians were getting pushback on that and apparently calling into the White House and saying, hey, please don't do this. So if people get scared about their Social Security, guess what? A whole lot of those older people who are on Social Security are hardcore MAGA. And if they get scared about Social Security, they stop spending money. So if they think that Elon is going to try to steal their money, and it's our money, Republicans, the right-wingers, MAGA, whatever term you want to use, they love to talk about entitlements and include Social Security in there. And the thing that I always say is, yes, by God, it is an entitlement. We're entitled to it because we paid for it. It is our money. It's not welfare. So this isn't Elon Musk's money. This isn't Donald Trump's money. This isn't any of the broligarchs' money to steal. It is ours. And Democrats their hair should be on fire about this. The mainstream media should be talking about this every minute of every day because this is scary and important stuff here. But let me know what you think about this. Do you agree with Kyle Kulinski about what's going on here? I think he lays it out really well. They're trying to loot the treasury. That's a great way to put it. Do you agree with me on this? Let me know in the comments. Make sure to give me a like and subscribe. I want to keep growing this channel to bring out more videos like this. This is Chris on Culture, and I will see you in the next video.